This week, Ria and I are finally getting to scratch that motorhead itch as we get to have a fun-filled day of excitement at the Uintah Basin Car Show.
Then we're hitting the trails on another great adventure as we show off an amazing place with some very unique historical mining significance at the Beehive Kilns in Frisco.
Finally, we're taking a look at a Duchesne County resort, recently devastated by fires and floods, but it's back and it's better than ever. It's all coming your way right now. At Your Leisure is next.
Hey, Chad, you better not have my truck for sale.
No, the Cadillac is, though.
That's okay. The Caddy is for sale, by the way.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Ria Rossi Booth.
And we are out in Roosevelt, Utah for one of the only car shows going on in the Intermountain West this year, and what a blast. There are old antiques like us. No.
Speak for yourself, mister.
Classics like Ria's 1966 GMC with a balanced 327 in it.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing some burnouts in it later, too.
And a very rare car that we've had the privilege of owning for the last 2 or 3 years. This is a 1999 Cadillac Fleetwood Limited personal limousine. Cadillac only made 718 of these cars, and we're lucky enough to have 2 of them.
Yeah, there are some beautiful cars out here, and the people are so much fun, and it's shady and beautiful, and the music's awesome, but they had to crank it down so we could talk real fast.
It'll be back. Rockin' Hot Rod Productions goes around. They specialize in music for car shows, so they always make the atmosphere a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're dancing your way through here.
And there are a lot of little car details and things to buy and shop for here. So we're going to take a look around and find out what this car show is all about.
It's a good time. It's definitely a good time. Every time you see somebody, they're waving. It's a good time, man. I don't really do it for trophies and stuff. I do it for all this, you know. So a lot of people come out. Camaraderie is what I'm in for.
This show started, we picked it up in 2009. So this is actually the 11th year. The thing about we do different is the diversity here. We don't exclude any particular class. I mean, if you've noticed here, we've got tractors, we got Flintstone vehicles, we got any cars. We don't exclude anybody. You want to bring an airplane in, great, you know, well, we're happy to have it because everybody has their own preference and what they likes, and a lot of times it takes them back. A lot of times nostalgia aspect of it, they think back of when they were younger and maybe had some good times in a certain vehicle, and it reminds them of years gone by. Like our second year, we started doing the burnout contest. It kind of catered to the younger generation and want to get a good opportunity for them to get out and spin some tires and make some smoke legally. We bring in, you've noticed the fire department over here, and they wet the kids down every so often. They'll spray the hydrants up in the air and the kids will play. So yeah, it's continually growing, continually getting bigger.
Honey, you look like General Patton, hanging over that wheel like that.
Yeah, I don't have my ivory-handled revolvers, though, so yeah.
I wish.
Anyway, you know, when we talk about activities at the car show, one that people forget about is armchair quarterbacking. Here's this beautifully restored, trophy-winning 1946 Willys Jeep, all stock.
Yeah.
But it's missing one accessory.
What, the machine gun turret?
No, it needs a stripe right down the side there that says Jeep Deere on it.
Oh, cute. It is very John Deere-ish.
Yep.
It's awesome.
All right, well, enough of my corny lines. Let's go to this week's Where To.
Hidden in the trails, just outside of Milford, surrounded by cedar trees, you can find a historic gem, but you've basically got to be right on top of it before you even know it's right in front of you.
There's always a surprise. Everywhere you turn, there's something you didn't see the time before. And I mean, just like today, I've had a chance to come out and see something I've never seen before. And so I've lived here quite a while and I've never had the opportunity to come out here. And you'll never know what you run into.
Massive kilns. When you first come upon them, you may not know just what you're looking at. They look like some kind of ancient pyramids or prehistoric ruins. In actuality, though, they're structures that were a critical part of the mining history in the Beaver area.
There was a bunch of charcoal and coal, so I think that They burned wood in there and did some with the coals.
Not far off, Dallin. The kilns were used to burn coal to create a fuel known as coke. Coke is a hard, porous fuel, and it's vital in the production of steel and smelting iron. These kilns specifically made coke that was used to smelt metals at the mines of Frisco and Newhouse.
They looked kind of like houses, but had big old holes in the roof, and they had like a window.
The kiln masters who built these back in the day specifically left ventilation holes in the rocks so the air would come in and rise out, allowing them to perfect the process needed to make coke. The coals would burn inside the structures, and the vents could be sealed as needed. The coke could be left to cool for up to a week before being shipped off to the mines. But you should keep in mind that while these pristine and unique historical artifacts might be what draws you to the area, they are certainly not the only place that you'll want to enjoy on your next visit.
The thing I love most about out here is it's remote, it's big country. When you get up on some of these bigger peaks where you can look around and just appreciate how big and wide open it is, it's incredible. So up in the Tushers, you've got the high alpine forest that you'll see on any of your best ranges in the western U.S. We have it right here up on the Tusher Mountains. I grew up reading stories about the mountain man and wishing I could go visit the Rocky Mountains. And then I realized I live in the middle of it, just have to get up and see it.
And when you take a ride up in the Tusher Mountains, everyone in the family is sure to have a great time.
The biggest rewards of getting in the hills is the time with the family. And you can come out and be in the exact same place you've gone 100 times and find something different every time you come. That's the beauty of nature. It's different every time you see it.
You get to go out, explore, and just see new things.
If you're lucky, you might just get to catch a glimpse of some of the local wildlife.
Pretty cool. I don't think I've ever seen that much mustangs in one area.
And as a member of the Search and Rescue, David insists that if you come out to explore the area, you've got to remember to come prepared.
So if you're going to come out here, make sure you get familiar with the map first, because it is such big country and there's so many little side roads everywhere. And of course, always make sure you have a plan, let someone know where you're going to be, when you're going to be back. And then when you're out here, have lots of water. You know, today's a pretty cool day, relatively speaking, and it's hot. Have some extra gear with you in case you do get lost or get where you can't get out. It's a beautiful place. You can find anything you want to see in Beaver County.
As always, you are going to have a great time. For At Your Leisure at the Beehive Kilns at Frisco, I'm Joe Davis.
Utah is known for its mountains, but there aren't a lot of mountains that offer you adventure like this. Here in Hanksville, we're home to the Henry Mountains. Trails branch off toward hidden bluffs, and bison roam free as if you've traveled back to the days of the pioneers. Come to Hanksville and discover the Henry Mountains. Hanksville, Utah, your base camp for thrills.
It's time to save big during the Yamaha Let's Ride sales event. With rates as low as 3.99 APR for 36 months on every single Yamaha motorcycle, ATV, and side-by-side. So visit your local Yamaha dealer today to save. Then, let's ride.
Get your new Yamaha at Stedman's Recreation. Ride hard, play hard. Stedmans.net.
Sometimes the biggest adventures come in the smallest packages. In the case of Blanding, Utah, the adventure is bigger than you can imagine. Ride to hidden spots that will open your eyes and satisfy your thirst to escape. River House, Arch Canyon, trails that lead to mysteries only you can discover. Avoid the crowds, avoid the constraints, from Moab to Monument Valley and beyond. Blanding, Utah. More to be explored.
All right, folks, we're talking about airing down tires today with the Utah Four-Wheel Drive Association and me, the Big Sarge. When you get to the trailhead, you may want to air down your tires, experiment with them. You don't want them too low, you'll blow the bead. Too high, bouncy ride, and you don't get the traction that you need on the trail. So experiment what works good for your tire and your vehicle. And remember, never hit the hard pack without airing your tires back up. This message brought to you by the Utah Four-Wheel Drive Association and the Utah OHV program.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. I'm Scott Huntsman at my Tunex shop in South Jordan. This is our What's New segment for today. And what is new? Project Black Ops, our 2020 Wrangler Rubicon that we're doing all kinds of accessories to. Lighting is always a key point. We've installed these nice KC highlights on some Evo brackets for their A-pillar mountings. We're also going to add other lights all over. But what we're going to review today, a product that's going to be a set of rock lights. Rock lights are going to mount under the chassis. They're going to illuminate the bottom side of the chassis. So while we're rock crawling at night, we have the ability to see all the terrain under the vehicle to maneuver over rocks and different obstacles. So let's get this on inside, and we're going to do a little planning and see where we're going to put these rock lights, see how they turn out. Let's get on inside and get started. Okay, we've got the Jeep up in the air, and I'm going to start putting these lights on. Now, these high-powered LED lights are from Rugged Ridge. They're very bright, they have very little power draw. They've got a great weather-sealed cord that's going to make it all the way to the front of the vehicle for each one. We're going to route those wires properly and away from heat and moving parts. So I'm going to get these undermounted to the body. This nice rubber seal is going to insulate it. I'm going to use a General Motors silicone to seal the screws that are going to go into the body panel that will keep any corrosion from taking place there. So let's start back here. So I've got the light in place. I've got the sealer around the threads of the screws, and I'm going to anchor it right to the bottom side of the body. It's going to be right here tucked under the rock rail. So it's protected from damage. So I've got all my electrical connections made. I'm going to get in and flip auxiliary switch number 3. Voila. We have rock lights. All right, guys, hey, we've got the Jeep outside. It really turned out great. I really like these Rugged Ridge rock lights. LED powered, they're low draw. They work great with the existing switches that come with these new Rubicons from the factory. I really like that option. The engineers did a great job. We have them installed on the outsides of the frame rails, but on the insides of the rocker sliders, so they're well protected. They're not going to get hit by any debris or rocks or any of that stuff. They have a good solid housing anyway, so I know they're going to hang in there really tough. Now, take a look at it right now. This is a view of what it looks like at night and how it lights the path underneath the Jeep. I really like that option. We do a lot of night wheeling, so it's a great option to have. Now, if you were interested in a set of these, come down and see us at Tunex, either here in South Jordan, West Valley, any of them for that matter. We can take care of it, or we can help you install them yourselves if you like. Hey, just give us a call. I'm Scott Huntsman at South Jordan Tunex. More at your leisure in a moment.
Where do you start your day when there are endless opportunities to explore? In Ridgefield, we'll set you on the right track with the Paiute ATV Trail right on our doorstep. Head into the Tusher Mountains and taste the crisp mountain air. Explore desert landscapes that echo voices from the past. Ridgefield, the heart of Utah Trail Country.
What would your perfect day in Green River look like? You'd probably start with a few good friends and a hearty breakfast. From there, you'd hit the trails along the Green River and find things you never expected. Your OHVs would take you to places both striking and serene. You'd end at Ray's for a burger and good conversation, letting the memories grow long into the night. Green River, Utah. Ride your perfect today.
Wondering where your next OHV adventure will take you? Outsiders Utah has your answer with downloadable GPS routes, ride times, distance, local amenities, and other details. 360 street views of the trails that let you explore before you go, and more. Eliminate the guesswork and uncertainty and find a trail you'll love. Visit outsidersutah.com and see the trail before you ride the trail.
you only get 50 feet off your 40,000-mile tires. Welcome back to At Your Leisure with the Uintah Basin Car Show out here in Roosevelt, Utah. What a fun day. And you know, if you don't know what car shows are all about, this is not, you really need to come to one.
Oh my gosh, it is so fun. There are so many activities. I mean, the whole family's out here. I mean, there are trucks, Jeeps, motorcycles, like anything you want. And the activities are wonderful.
Like last night, there was a polka run and a cruise. So we all took the old cars and went cruising. Had an ice cream social, a lot of fun, met a lot of good people.
We were out in the country roads cruising. It was beautiful.
It was a really nice thing. And then they had a free drive-in last night for anybody that had a car for the car show. They could go park their truck over at the drive-in. Yeah. And then this is like the highlight. This is the burnout where all the guys with the horsepower get to test it.
Honestly, there's motorcycles here. There's all types of Jeeps, trucks. It's just one of the best car shows I've ever been to.
Now, I gotta confess, she wanted to do this with her truck.
I did, and Chad was afraid I was gonna wipe out the spectators, so he said, don't do it. I was like, okay.
I was actually more worried about wiping out the truck. We have to drive it back home to Salt Lake by ourselves, so. Anyway, let's find out how proud people are of their cars here.
It's a Nomad station wagon. I actually bought this car already painted. It was done in 1994, still the same paint. In the 50s, the cars were unique because that's where you put the gas.
So I got a 54 Bel Air, got the 350 engine, come with a straight six. We redid that, put the 350, put 350 turbo trans in it, Camaro rear end, and then one of my club members out of Idaho painted my roof.
You just kind of get an idea in your head, and you take it to your builder and you sit down and just like go over what's feasible. Fantasy versus reality, you try to make that mesh.
Sometimes I get on it if I have, you know, something going on in my head. I just ride. I escape the world. It's just me and the bike and the music. That's it.
A 1928 Model A. This one's got 59,000 on it, original miles. It's original engine. Everything's original, and but it's a little hard. When the top's on, it just barely clears you, and to get in, it's really a chore.
We finally found the oldest car at the car show. This one is a BC, okay? It is a BC Flintstone Special, and
we're off to get a Brontosaurus burger.
Yeah, and it has like 4 foot power.
Yeah, you know what? I should just use this for my burnout, and then you would have let me, and then it wouldn't have ruined the tires.
Yeah, but look at
I could just burn out my sneakers.
Yeah, but Ria, look, there's the speedometer. The top speed is 3 miles an hour. I don't think it's going to happen.
I hope the guy that owns this doesn't get mad at us because we just sat in this thing.
Yeah, we'll get out without breaking it. Anyway, right now it's time for us to leave here, go on to our Along the Way. Yabba dabba doo.
Oh my.
Pressure is a magnificent force of nature. With enough time, it can take sand, dirt, and mud and create fantastic formations like you see here. Given the right circumstances, pressure can also create diamonds. And, in a sense, that's exactly what has happened at the Promised Land Resort. Formerly the Camelot Resort, this area at the Strawberry Pinnacles went through a series of wildfires and flooding. After a lot of hard work from some very helpful organizations, the Promised Land Resort is able to shine like the diamond it truly is.
We saw the beauty. We saw the potential of making this a very, very special place for family and people to come and enjoy God's creation. Then we began the work, the hard work.
With a lot of elbow grease from Duchesne County, the resort is now a sparkling place to come take a vacation, retreat, or an entire family reunion.
It's for everyone. It's for one couple weekend getaway in a cabin. And then we have the bigger family reunions, so you can really customize your stay.
Thing is the property set up really great to be able to accommodate people with different ideas of what they like to camp, you know. So we have spaces for tents, spaces for RVs, spaces for four-wheeling, and spaces for those who want to stay in the cabin and have a regular you know, be able to do glamping.
There are also kitchens, gathering places, dining areas, and so much more to make your family vacation as relaxing as possible. But when you're done relaxing, the Pinnacles make for the perfect canvas to paint all kinds of exciting outdoor activities on.
Fell in love the first year, the whole family did, extended family, and they've never wanted to go anywhere else. The river, the facilities, they can hike, they can ride, they can play in the water, they float the river, they bring their kayaks.
There's lots to do. We like going hiking up to the top of the Pinnacles or riding an ATV up there, seeing the sunrise, kayaking when it gets really hot, just hanging out on the grass in the shade.
The Durfee Winterton family reunion has been coming to the Promised Land Resort for almost 2 decades to decompress and make connections with family that they otherwise might not see.
I've had 2 different families this week alone tell me that their little ones, their 5-year-olds, their 6-year-olds, have been counting down the days to when they get to come and play here. My kids might not know my cousin's kids if we didn't have this event every year, but they do. And so it's been a great way to keep the family connected.
So I got great grandkids here. Practically every one of them here, which is about 21 great grandkids. It means a lot, especially to me, because we do enjoy it here.
Get your towels, sunscreen, and some of your favorite faces together and head to PromisedLandResort.com to witness the beauty of the Strawberry Pinnacles. Just don't forget to grab your toys along the way. For At Your Leisure, I'm Nick Chase.
What does the modern explorer look like? Do they head out before dawn and ride until dusk? Do they find what's never been found? Here in Wayne County, you are the modern explorer. Climb in your machine and set out on the Great Western Trail. Wayne County, Utah. Find what's never been found.
The world food supply is something you don't think much about, but you probably should. The availability of beef is going to be low next year, so rather than pay high store prices, why not consider buying a quarter or half beef from butter-steaks.com. It's premium beef from Yardley, and it is delicious. Stock up now at butter-steaks.com before the price is right.
When you fill up at Eagles Landing, you're doing more than fueling your vehicle. You're fueling the local community. Eagles Landing is committed to serving the communities they live in by supporting local students, first responders, and veterans through scholarships, charities, donations, and events. Eagles Landing, with you for the long haul.
Jorgensen's Power Sports is overflowing with trailers. Whatever you want, we have it, and they're priced to sell. We have RVs, snowmobile, horse, boat, ATV, utility and enclosed trailers in all shapes and sizes and for every budget. Come walk through our fully stocked lots in Richfield, Utah, or shop our online inventory at jhsport.com. Call or text at 435-896-6408. Jorgensen's Power Sports in Richfield, Utah, your friendly neighborhood trailer dealer.
Okay, it's not just a car show anymore. It just got into Chad heaven because we found tractors here too.
Oh my gosh, Chad, it was like he was walking and he kept coming this direction. I'm like, where are you going? He didn't know, he just knew there were tractors.
And whenever I see the little red and black tractor emblem that stands for International Harvester, being a true corn binder fan,
yes, you are.
I have to seek it out.
This is fabulous. Who does this belong to?
This belongs to Floyd Broadhead. He lives out in Neola, and it is a beautiful restoration. And you should see this. It's really cool. The gauges for the water temperature and the oil pressure are up in the hood. See, this was built in 1955, long before Pontiac got that idea to put the tack out on the hood.
Right on.
So International Harvester, they were the trendsetters.
And this baby runs.
Yeah, and it's got the split brake system on it.
I know you're itching to take it for a ride.
Oh, to drive this for one block.
I know. Maybe we can convince him to give you a ride.
Well, we'll give it a shot. Anyway, thanks, Floyd, for letting us sit on it. Hey, guess what? It's time for you to win a prize.
This week's contest winner was submitted to us on Facebook by Tracy Jones, and it looks like Tracy is a lucky winner of a Clearly Tough windshield for her ride.
Clearly Tough offers the strongest windshields on the market. Visit clearlytough.com for more details. Now, let's take a look at next week's show.
Next week, Chad and I are off to Beaver to show you how we celebrated the Pioneer Day in style.
Then, we're joining the folks from Rich County on some incredible off-road trails that have a little something for everyone with some jaw-dropping views that you just won't want to miss.
Finally, the AYL crew is showing off some great weekly hiking social clubs that help young adults and people new to the area meet some new friends while finding some great trails along the Wasatch Front.
By the way, we want to remind you that Red Whiten Road is right around the corner and registration is limited to 50 bikes. So, sign up now at the AYLTV.com events page.
Also, AYL has got some exciting news coming up, and there are some big changes on the horizon. Have you always wanted a voice in what adventures AYL covers? Stay tuned to find out how.
You know, next week's show looks pretty cool, but not as cool as what's going on behind us.
Oh my gosh, we are having so much fun out here with the Roosevelt Fire Department, and we ran into like this really famous guy. I don't know if you know him, but we do. It's Thomas Winterton, and he's from the Skinwalker Ranch reality show. So cool that you're local and you're on the show.
What's even cooler is that we knew you before you were famous.
Yeah, I remember when you guys came down and came down to the motel when we had it. And,
yes.
Yeah.
And this actually, the motel was the way that I got onto Skinwalker Ranch to begin with. So
there you go.
Yeah.
So you're going into your second season.
Yeah, so filming's underway and we're getting ready to do another season.
I can't wait to see the second one. The first one was awesome.
Yeah, well, the ranch has been very active and we've got a lot of exciting things to share with people.
Right. Well, we'll be looking forward to it.
Okay.
Yes, it's a ghostly ambition of ours.
Ooh, yes.
Anyway, we have run out of time for the show. Remember, there is adventure around every bend. Some of it may even be at the Skinwalker Ranch. You just have to go and create your own adventure at your leisure. Now,
let's go run underneath the fire hose.
Okay.
All right, we're going.